Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya al-salah, hayya al-salah. Hayya al-falah, hayya al-falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
Alhamdulillah, namaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وبعد. All praises are due to Allah. We seek His help and His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the evil of our own souls and from our own bad deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides will never be led astray, and whomsoever Allah leads astray, no one can guide. I bear witness there's none worthy of worship except Allah, the one, having no partners or associates with Him. And I bear witness that Muhammad is His slave, servant, and messenger. Peace and blessings be upon him. I greet you in the ancient greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum. My subject today is relevant to an incident that happened here recently. My subject today is called Slavery is Over. Islam's response to the Montgomery River Boat Fight. The verse I would like to reference today is Surah or chapter 2:190 of the Noble Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa qatlu fi sabilillahi lazina yuqatilunakum wa la tatadu inna Allaha la yuhibbul mutadin. Translation: and fight in the way of Allah and those who fight against you. But do not commit aggression, because Allah does not like aggressors. Before I get into the nut crannies of this particular ayat, I want to discuss the Montgomery incident for a second, especially those who have not seen the video or heard about it. Did you see the video that has gone viral? There was a big fight at the Montgomery Riverfront in Alabama here on Saturday, August 5th, 2023, where people stood up for a black riverboat worker against a group of white people who began beating him for telling them to move their illegally parked pontoon boat. The Saturday night fight, which was captured in multiple videos posted to social media, appeared to unfold largely along racial lines, and many social media users celebrated the footage of the riverboat dust-up, which showed the white assailants get the tables turned on them by black people who rush to the riverboat workers' side to his aid. The conflict escalated when a group of about 6 black men from the riverboat confronted the white party, cheered by the bystanders. They beat 3 white men and 2 white women, at least one of whom could be seen first striking others by running up and throwing her body into them from behind. She jumped in. My thoughts were, when I first saw it, was, slavery is over. This is not slavery. This is not 1963 Jim Crow South. This kind of unity, I wish we had this kind of unity in other areas of human activity, including economics, education, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. There would be no limits to where we could be if we could unify like they did at that riverboat. I also reflected on the Quran and the Sunnah in regards to this issue. Allah enjoins on us to judge by what Allah has revealed. Failing to judge by what Allah has revealed is disbelief. As Allah the Almighty says, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is those who are disbelievers. And that's in the Quran 5:44. So whatever we see on the news, whatever we see on the media, whatever going on in our lives, we have to refer to the Quran and Sunnah to get a proper balanced perspective on the issue. Get the right perspective. Thus, the first thing that came to mind while reflecting on the Montgomery incident was 34th Hadith of Imam al-Nawawi, 40 Hadiths. On the authority of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, I heard the Messenger of Allah ﷺ say, whosoever of you sees an evil, let him change it with his hand. And if he is not able to do so, then let him change it with his tongue. And if he is not able to do so, then with his heart. And that is the weakest of faith. And this is in Sahih Muslim. This Montgomery River Boat Fight reminds me of an incident in Ohio when I played football for a short stint at Elyria West High School. We had a lot of blacks that went to our school, and they had a superior football team. And we won against the all-white North Ridgeville team. We beat their butts so bad, they got mad and wanted to fight. They were calling us racial slurs and coons and ninjas, you know what I mean by ninjas. Telling us to go back to Africa. It turned into a racial fight. That was in the 80s, about 20 years from when the civil rights law became law. Not that too long ago. Laws don't change people's hearts. It takes moral conviction and deep reflection and divine intervention to change people's hearts. Fast forward 10 more years, in the 90s, while I was in the Navy, there was a big racial fight on Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland that didn't make the news. We didn't have viral videos back then. This black guy was dating a white girl, and they got into an argument outside on a balcony, and some white guys saw them arguing and took it upon themselves to try to throw the black guy off a 3-story building. There's about 4 argument, but these white boys felt he needed to be dealt with. So they tried to throw him over, head first. He was holding on for dear life, and a bunch of us saw this and tried to come to his rescue. And we got the fighting. As they say in LA, we were squabbling. Then more whites jumped in. In reaction, more blacks jumped in. It turned into a big racial brawl. So the Montgomery incident is not anything new. It was just caught on film. I'm sure many of us can think of similar incidents or situations where we